Imagine you wake up on a normal day. You have your breakfast. You kiss your family goodbye and go to work like normal. Without imagining that, in a matter of minutes, the fate of millions of people would literally be in your hands. This is the story of a man unknown to most of the world, but who, in a single moment, had the power to start or prevent World War III. We're talking about Stanislav Petrov, a Soviet officer in the middle of the Cold War. He faced the greatest pressure of his life when the alarms went off. The Soviet Union's defense system indicated that missiles were being launched. In that instant, everything seemed to confirm the catastrophe. The system detected the launch of 5 missiles. According to protocols, he had to inform his superiors immediately. That is to say, in a few minutes, hundreds of millions could be wiped out. But something in Petrov's intuition and critical thinking made him doubt the technology. He thought, why would the United States launch only 5 missiles if they wanted to start a nuclear war? They would launch hundreds at once. This reasoning was crucial. Instead of following the manual, he chose to wait, and that wait saved the world. Come along to find out what happened next. The system showed 5 pings, 5 trajectories heading towards the country. Military protocols were clear. Notify superiors immediately. Every second could mean a large-scale nuclear response. Think about it. 2 countries with thousands of warheads, each capable of devastating entire cities. The end of civilization as we know it seemed possible. But Petrov's mind kept working against the panic. He questioned the data. How many missiles would an initial attack have? Why only 5 if the intention was to destroy? The manual said to report, but he hesitated. He could lose everything, his career, his honor, and even his freedom. He was not authorized to ignore the protocol. If he was wrong, he would be remembered as the country's traitor. If he was right, history might never know. Everything would remain a secret. He bet everything on his analysis and his human sense. Instead of pressing the button, he chose to wait. That tense, silent wait was the decision, and it saved the world. What few people know is why the system failed. It was just a reflection of the sun on the satellites that caused the false alarm. The system was wrong. But think with me. What if he had pressed the button? Maybe you and I wouldn't even be here to tell this story. The planet would have been plunged into war. Irony, the fate of humanity was not in the hands of presidents, but of a relatively unknown officer, alone in a command room. He looked at a screen that said, "The war has begun." His decision was not celebrated at the time. Everything remained hidden. Only decades later did the world know. Thanks to one man, we avoided World War III. He died in 2017, in silence, without fame and without fortune, but with the eternal mark of his choice. How many times does our life depend on invisible decisions made behind the scenes? How many times did history change and almost no one knew? Petrov's choice was one of those decisions. He didn't seek fame, many only found out later. Decades later, his story traveled the world, and it became a lesson about responsibility and courage. If you think this story needs to be more known, share this video, because the world needs to remember it. May peace depend on choices we don't always see. Stanislav Petrov, the man who didn't press the button. If you liked it, like, subscribe, and share to keep the memory alive. Thanks for listening to this story. Peace is also the result of anonymous choices. May we remember and learn. Sources in the video text. Thank you. Share this story.